Hey, what's up, trainers? This is PokeDadXP here, and welcome to another Pokemon video. In this video, we're going to be discussing the new Sweet Discoveries event that's starting around the world as we speak in Pokemon Go. This event is going to bring some new bonuses, some new wild spawns, and more importantly, a brand new Pokemon debut to the game. Let's get into some of these details. So the event is starting today, Thursday, April 24th, 10 a.m. your local time, and it's going to run all the way until Tuesday, April 29th at 8 p.m. your local time. Now, like I said, it is bringing some new bonuses or some bonuses to the event. So let's see what those are. You're going to have 2 times catch candy for catching Pokemon. You're going to have an increased chance of encountering wild spawn Pokemon. Normally, this increased chance is about 1 in 64 or 1 in 128 versus the typical 1 in 512 that Pokemon have to be shiny. You're going to have an increased chance of hatching some Pokemon as well in shiny form. You're also going to have an increased chance of finding apples around mossy lures. And I'm going to get into that mechanic in just a little bit, but it's a pretty cool one, so stay tuned. Lastly, you are going to have half hatch egg distance for your first 3 eggs that you put in incubators using the Pokemon Go widget. Now, I did mention a new Pokemon debut. What Pokemon is, you may ask? So it's the Apple Pokemon Applin. Now, what's cool about this Pokemon is that it has 2 separate evolutions, but there's a kind of cool mechanic to be able to evolve Applin into these evolutions. First off, you're going to need 200 Applin candy for each one. That's quite a bit of candy, so let's hope there's enough spawns that we can catch them all and be able to get enough candies to evolve into these new evolutions. But if you use 20 tart apples, you're going to be able to evolve Applin into Flapple. Now, you're going to need 20 sweet apples to evolve Applin into Appleton. Now, how are you going to find these apples, you might ask? I don't know if you were around or if you were playing Pokemon Go a couple of weeks back for the April Fool's event, but we were having Pokeballs spawn all around the map. When you would click on a Pokeball, you'll either have a Pokemon encounter, or you'll get an Ultra Ball, Great Ball, or just a regular Pokeball. So for this event, we're going to have the same kind of mechanic, but it's going to be with apples. So around mossy lures, or mostly around mossy lures, you're going to be able to see apples spawning on the overworld. So all you need to do is you just tap on one of those apples, and you'll get an encounter with Applin, or you'll get either the sweet or the tart apple. Then that's how you're going to collect these apples, so you can go ahead and evolve Applin into those new evolutions, Flapple and Appleton. I do know Applin does have a 3rd evolution change where you would evolve into Diplin and then into Hydrapple, but those other 2 Pokemon are still not in the game, so we're going to hold off on those. But this is a good chance to stack up on candy, so when those new evolutions do come out, you're ready to go ahead and evolve your best Applin into those new into Diplin or into Hydrapple whenever they do release. Now, what are the new wild encounters, or what are the wild encounters for this event? We are going to have Alolan Rattata, Abra, Bellsprout, Delibird, Gulpin, Bidoof, Munna, Bounsweet, and Squovette. And if you're lucky or rarer spawns, you're going to have Snorlax, Shuckle, Kamala, and Applin through that mechanic of the apples. Now, I did mention some shiny boosted Pokemon. Great news. I don't know if you were able to catch the shiny Squovette when it first came out, but for this event, Squovette is going to be shiny boosted. Also, Delibird tends to be a little bit of a rare spawn or a rare shiny because it is only available during the holidays, but it's going to be boosted for this event. So now's the time, the best chance for you to get out and catch those shinies and get that shiny family into your Pokedex. Now, in terms of meta relevancy, some of these Pokemon, a lot of these aren't the best or more meta relevant Pokemon in the game, but we do have some decent ones in here. You do have Abra. Obviously, Abra does have a Mega Form in Alakazam, and he is, I believe, the top or one of the top Psychic type attackers in the game. So now's a good chance to hopefully get out there, get a good Abra, get those candies so you can power your best Abra out, and now you have a great Mega Evolution once you get that the Mega Energy to evolve um, to Mega Evolve Alakazam. Now, Bellsprout, um, Bounsweet, and Squovette, their evolutions tend to have some play in the Great League and Ultra Leagues. So this is a good time to again get the best version of those Pokemon that you can find with the best IVs for those leagues and power them up and evolve them into their best evolution so you can be competitive in some of these Great League and Ultra League events or Ultra League versions. Now you also have Snorlax in the wild. This past weekend, we did have GMAX Snorlax Battle Day. If you did get a good one, you're going to need Candy to be able to power him up, and power up his max moves. So this is a good time for you to go ahead and stack up on those candies. Now, we're also going to have some Pokemon spawning from eggs, and these are from 7-kilometer eggs. So I hope you have some incubators ready so you can start hatching these eggs and hopefully get some of these shinies as well. Delibird and Squovette are going to be in those eggs, and they're going to be shiny boosted there as well. But there's a third Pokemon in those eggs that's going to be shiny boosted, and that's Cherubi. Hopefully, you're lucky enough to hatch one of those shinies and maybe even get the shiny family. Now, there is also a fourth Pokemon in the 7-kilometer eggs. That's going to be Munchlax. It's a really rare shiny to have because it's a baby Pokemon, and the only way to get them is in eggs. So let's get out there walking, and let's go ahead and incubate those eggs, and hopefully we can get lucky and get some of these baby Pokemon or boosted shiny out of those eggs, so we have the better IVs on those Pokemon. Now, as always, you are going to have field research tasks. These field research tasks are going to award you with either Pokemon encounters, Stardust, or as always, some resources for you to use in the game as well. We are going to have a free timed research with this event where you're going to be able to get one Mossy Lure, one Tart Apple. Now it's only one. Remember, we need 20 Tart and 20 Sweet to evolve Applin. But with this research, you will get one Tart Apple and one Sweet Apple. You'll also have encounters with event-themed Pokemon. More than likely, Applin, Squovette, and Delibird are the more likely candidates for these encounters. In addition to that, you have a paid time research that's only going to be $2 or $1.99 or equivalent in your local currency, and that is going to research is going to have 2 Mossy Lures, encounters with event-themed Pokemon, including Delibird, Squovette, and more. Pretty much the same thing as the free one, except it has an extra Mossy Lure. Now, why are these researches offering Mossy Lures, you might ask? Here's the thing. Apples are going to spawn more frequently off of Mossy Lures. Yes, you will be able to find them out in the wild, but they seem to be pretty rare, at least based on the information provided by Niantic or Scopely, I'm sorry. So you want to go ahead and be able to drop those Mossy Lures, have some in your bag so you can use them and hopefully encounter enough apples so you can get Applin and enough candy and apples to be able to complete those evolutions. Now, one of the good things about this, I'm excited, is Delibird and Squovette being out in the wild. Squovette is a shiny that I still do not have, and believe me, I have checked about 1,000 Squovettes still with no luck. Hopefully, your luck is better, but I'm really excited to go out and get that shiny Squovette and maybe get some more shiny Delibird because believe me, Delibird is a fantastic shiny. That purple just pops and it looks really, really nice. Now, as always, we are going to have also some new avatar items added to the shop. You are going to be able to purchase an apron with Applin on it or the Applin headband. I don't know how you feel about avatar items. Some are cool, some aren't. But hey, if you like it, it's going to be in the shop for you to go ahead and pick up during this event. Now, pretty much that's the Sweet Discoveries event. Overall, it sounds like a pretty cool event. I'm always excited when we have a new Pokemon debut. More importantly, when it's out in the wild and when it's not gate kept or it's not capped behind a paywall like raids or eggs, even though we do get better IVs that way. But it's always fun to be able to hunt these Pokemon out in the wild, and Applin is one of those that you are going to be able to find in the wild. Yes, you might need to use some mossy lures, but remember, out of showcases, if you're doing your showcases, you do get these awarded sometimes depending on where you rank in the showcase, or even from your 7-day research box, you are able to get some of these mossy lures. So you probably have some stacked up. Now's the time to go ahead and use them. And speaking of showcases, this event is also going to have some showcases. So keep an eye out for those. Go ahead, place your best Pokemon in those showcases. Hopefully you win and get closer to getting that PhD Pikachu. I'm only 18 wins away. Hopefully I can get even closer with this event. So that's all we have for you tonight. This event, like I said, it sounds like a fun event overall. I'm excited to go out and play, and I hope to see you guys out there. Now, if you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're most looking forward to hunting during this event and which is the shiny you want to catch the most. Me, I want it to be Squavette, but I hope you're able to go out there and find the shiny that you want. Again, this was Polkadot XP. That's it for the video. Please like and subscribe and press that notification bell so you can stay on top of when I upload another video. Have a good night. Enjoy your time, and I hope to see you out there. Peace.